Sometimes we just like to get out and have a little adventure. This morning we thought it would be fun to go out and have breakfast on the trail and explore a place we had never been before. So we packed up the kids, the dogs, some supplies, and headed out towards Elephant Butte. Elephant Butte is just an hour north of us, and we couldn't think of a more interesting way to start the weekend than to have breakfast with an elephant.
What's up, everybody? Chris here from Bold Canyon Outdoors, and today we decided to take a trip out past Queen Valley to Elephant Butte, which is a butte that's shaped like an elephant. But unfortunately, it was all fenced off, private property now, so we decided to cruise up a little bit further into the mountains and take a look around and stop and make some breakfast burritos. Now, we are on state trust land, which requires a permit that we have. So make sure if you're going on any property that requires permits, you get that done ahead of time. So we don't want to get these trails shut down and mess it up for everybody else. But let's take a look around and see where we're at. So here we are out in the middle of nowhere, and there's a few things that we bring every time we go camping. One is our little Coleman stove, and the second is our Midori camp oven. So this actually came to us from family in Australia. There's actually a region in Australia called Midori, and what it is it's a spun steel kettle and a lid that you can use as a frying pan. So it's very deep. You can cook all kinds of one-pot meals in it, and we are going to use it today to make breakfast burritos. So some of the stuff we bring with us, got tortillas, obviously utensils, cups, hot sauce, a little olive oil. Here's
here's a tip. If you're going to season stuff, bag it up in little baggies beforehand. So like for our potatoes, we've got paprika, garlic, pepper, and salt. For the eggs, chives, a little bit of salt and pepper. And then for the sausage, I've got sage, parsley, pepper, and oregano. Utensils, some plates. We are about ready to get started. Try to keep the wind from blowing all this away. And grab the cooler. Alright, in the cooler, we've got some shredded cheese. I didn't want to bring a whole bag of hash browns out today. In fact, I didn't have any in the freezer, so I went this route. These are just crispy crown tater tots. And we're just going to smash them up a bit. We're going to cook them up. They'll be perfect for the breakfast burritos. Got eggs. Now here's another tip if you're transporting eggs. Now sometimes you're going on a trail that's bumpy and you're going to break eggs inside the carton. So what I did is I put them all in a Ziploc so I can just smash them up when we're ready to scramble them. And then I put them in a lightweight Tupperware container to seal them up just in case the bag leaks or anything like that. Got some sausage, got some lemonade. So let's get started and make some food. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start off with the potatoes. Little bit of olive oil in there. Now the Midori camp oven, being spun steel, has a lot of the same cooking characteristics as cast iron, but it's a lot easier to keep clean and it's a lot lighter weight, and if you drop it, it's not going to crack like cast iron. Alright, I've got that olive oil heating up nicely in the Midori. We'll put the potatoes in, we'll just smash them up a little bit, drop them right in. This is a little utensil that I got from Alpha Outpost. It's like a pocket knife, but with everything you need to cook. Great thing to have. We'll just let these guys heat up a little bit. Alright, got the potatoes heated up and we're going to set them aside. We're going to grab the lid of the Midori and we'll let that warm up so we can cook the sausage. Up, we'll put the eggs in. Alright, do some manual egg beating here. This is just a bunch of eggs, a pat of butter in there. We're going to put it right in the sausage grease. Alright, this is it. This is how we eat in style on the trail. So let's get some burritos put together. After a nice breakfast and a little relaxing, we decided to continue up the trail. We headed north, and it looked like the trail ended in a bowl-shaped valley clear in the distance, so we had to check it out. further up the trail, my daughter noticed there was a car upside down and in the wash. It looked like a late 40s or early 50s sedan, covered in rust, very dilapidated, plenty of bullet holes, but still worth a look. As we were walking around, we noticed there were lots of old cans, an old refrigerator from maybe the 1950s, and a small foundation that may have been somebody's house at one point. The main reason why we like to go out exploring is you never know what you're going to find. We stumbled upon a large fenced-in area where the fence was completely welded all the way around to keep livestock out. This was a water conservation station. What it is it's a large water reservoir that collects rainwater to make sure thirsty wildlife have access to water in the central Arizona desert. This was a project put together by the Game and Fish Department and a power line company. Apparently, this private utility company called SunZia is coming out of pocket on their own and has put in more than 1,500 wildlife watering sites statewide here in Arizona. They're also relocating a bunch of saguaro cacti, and they're trying to make sure that the ecosystems and the wildlife are taken care of. This area has a lot of species like quail, dove, mule deer, and bighorn sheep. Continuing to follow the path that we were on, it dropped us down into a wash where we saw flowing water, a lot of green moss, and we came across a stone cabin foundation. I figure the last house foundation might have been from the 1940s or 1950s. This had to be easily 150 years old or even older. Check it out. In July of 2020, this entire area was decimated by a wildfire. This one happened to be caused by lightning, but all too often it's caused by people leaving campfires unattended, tossing cigarette butts out a window, or dragging tow chains kicking up sparks. The vegetation will eventually bounce back, but it sure is strange seeing it all burned. Even though we couldn't get super close, on the way back out, the light was just right to see the elephant in Elephant Butte. Thanks for coming along with us today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and hit that thumbs up. For Bold Canyon Outdoors, this is Chris signing off. Happy trails, everybody.